Hi everyone. In this video, we'll look at how we can inject an object at runtime in Java. It is also an example of polymorphism, which we'll see, uh, specifically runtime polymorphism, where how at runtime a particular object of a particular type gets injected into a class. Okay, and then implementation of that object type is used. Okay, so if I quickly show you with the help of a visual representation, we have, let's say, a vehicle parent class, and car and bike are the subclasses of this vehicle class. And then we have another class, identify vehicle, where basically we are uh, defining or declaring vehicle class as a variable, and obviously its getter and setter functions, which we'll see in just a bit. Okay, so how can we now identify vehicle doesn't know about the children of vehicle class. It just knows about the vehicle class and its methods. Okay, so how can we inject car or bike at runtime inside identify vehicle class? That's what we are going to see in this particular video. Okay, so I'm taking an example, of car, bike, and vehicle, as I mentioned. So we already have bike, car, and vehicle. Let's quickly see what we have in these classes. So bike extends vehicle, car again extends vehicle, and vehicle object contains some variables and their getters and setters, and a who am I function. Okay, which is what car and bike classes are going to override. Okay, so remember one thing, this example is true for both interface and the classes implementing the methods in that interface, and a parent class and its subclasses extending or overriding a particular method of that parent class. So in this case, that method is who am I, which we'll see that how bike and car overrides, and how on runtime either bike's method or car's method gets called. Okay. Uh, so here, we are just printing I am a car inside the car function, and we will basically print I am a bike inside the bike function with the same name. Okay. Now we have one calling class where we will basically call this function. Okay. Or we'll basically do this polymorphism. Okay. So let me quickly create the identify class. In this class, we have a vehicle variable, a variable of type vehicle. Let's get the getter and setter for this variable, and we will also have the public void, public void who and I function, where we will just call the vehicle classes who am I. Okay. So as you see here, identify vehicle knows about the vehicle class. It doesn't know about the car and bike classes. Okay. Which is what we want to do on the runtime. Okay. So going to the calling class now, once I have created this identify vehicle class, what I'm doing is I'm creating an object of type identify vehicle. This is what I'm trying to do now. After that, creating an object of type car with the reference being vehicle. Okay. So, and then the identify object, we call the set vehicle function, which we created just now, and pushing the vehicle object. And then on that object, we call the who am I, which then calls the vehicle who am I. And what is happening is this who am I is getting overridden by both car and bike. So let's quickly check what happens in this case when I am creating an object of type car with reference type being vehicle. Okay, so it's going to the car function. Okay, uh, and if it was, let's say, bike, let's quickly check that. It goes to the bike function. So in this way, we are able to get a runtime polymorphism where, you know, for the same interface or the same parent class, we are able to call, either of its children's function, okay, based on the object type. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, you can check this out with vehicle being an interface as well, and bike and car implementing the function who am I. Okay. In this case, in that case also, this particular scenario would work. Okay. And that's how you inject bike or car bean into the identify vehicle class, because identify vehicle didn't know about car and bike. It just knew about vehicle class. Okay. But we injected an external bean, which obviously is the child of vehicle class. Okay. Now, let's say if let's quickly check one more scenario here. Let's say it doesn't contain, or we are not overriding that function inside the car class, then what happens? Okay. In this car, then it should basically call the who am I of the vehicle. Got it? So you have all the three options open to you. The function, the on the runtime, if the car class has not overridden that function, then the parents function gets called. Okay. Hope uh, it's clear. That's what I wanted to cover in this video. Hope it was informative. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.